Video 11, Literature Review in Hours, Not Months, the New Workflow. This is part of our Literature Review and Discovery series, and it addresses one of the biggest pain points researchers face. Traditional literature reviews take 4 to 12 weeks of tedious manual work. That's not an exaggeration. That's what the research on research shows. Some systematic reviews take 18 months. But here's what's changed. AI has fundamentally transformed what's possible. The workflow I'm going to show you today can compress months of work into hours, not by cutting corners, but by leveraging AI for what it does best while keeping your expertise where it matters most. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete framework for the AI-powered literature review. Let's be honest about what the traditional literature review actually looks like. You start with keyword searches across multiple databases, PubMed, Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar. You try different combinations of terms, hoping you've captured everything relevant, but deep down, you know you're missing papers because they use different terminology than you searched for. Then comes the reading, hundreds of abstracts, dozens of full papers. You're taking notes, but the notes aren't organized in any systematic way. You have folders full of PDFs you've downloaded, but never actually read. And here's the cruel irony. By the time you finish your 4 to 12 week review, new papers have been published that you haven't included. Your review is outdated before you even submit it. The traditional approach was designed for a world where you could actually read everything relevant in your field. That world doesn't exist anymore, not with 3 million papers published annually. The solution is a 4-stage AI-powered workflow that transforms literature review from a months-long slog into a focused, efficient process. Stage 1 is semantic discovery. Instead of keyword searches, you use AI-powered tools that understand meaning. You describe your research question in natural language, and the AI finds papers that address that question, even if they use completely different terminology. Stage 2 is AI-assisted extraction. Once you have your candidate papers, AI helps you extract the key information systematically: research questions, methods, main findings, limitations. Stage 3 is literature matrix organization. You organize extracted information into a structured matrix, rows for papers, columns for key variables. This reveals patterns that would be invisible in traditional notes. Stage 4 is human synthesis. This is where you step in with your expertise. You interpret the patterns. You make the judgments. You write the narrative that only a human can write. Total time, 1 to 2 weeks instead of 3 to 4 months. Same rigor, fraction of the time. Let me show you the transformation visually with a before and after comparison. Before, the traditional approach. You spend weeks on database searching, trying different keyword combinations. More weeks on screening, reading abstracts one by one. Then weeks reading full papers with unstructured notes. Finally, frustrated synthesis attempts where you can see patterns but can't articulate them. After, the AI-powered approach, days 1 and 2, semantic discovery finds hundreds of relevant papers based on meaning, not keywords. Days 3 through 5, AI. Extraction pulls key information systematically. Day 6, you build your literature matrix and patterns become visible immediately. Days 7 through 10, you synthesize with clear inputs and structured data. The transformation isn't about being lazy, it's about being strategic. You're doing the same rigorous work, but AI handles the volume while you handle the judgment. Let me be crystal clear about what AI does versus what you do in this workflow. This comparison is essential because the AI-powered literature review doesn't replace your expertise, it amplifies it. AI handles the volume problem. It searches across databases. It summarizes papers so you can quickly assess relevance. It extracts data points systematically so you don't miss anything. You handle everything that requires judgment. You define the research questions. AI can't tell you what you should be studying. You evaluate quality. AI can tell you what a paper says, but not whether the methodology is sound. You interpret meaning. What do patterns across 15 papers actually mean for theory or practice? And you synthesize narrative. The literature review is a story that only you can write. The AI-powered workflow gives you more time for these high-value activities by handling the mechanical work that was eating up your months. The impact of adopting this workflow is significant, and it goes beyond just saving time. You understand the transformed literature review process, which means you can apply it to every project going forward. Once you've done one AI-powered literature review, you'll never go back to the old way. You become more comprehensive, not less, because AI can search semantically and process more papers than you could ever read manually. You actually find more relevant literature, not less. You have more time for what matters. The hours you save on mechanical searching and extraction become hours you can spend on interpretation, synthesis, and actually writing your research. And perhaps most importantly, your literature reviews stay current. Because the workflow is efficient, you can update your review as new papers emerge rather than treating it as a one-time snapshot. Let's recap the key takeaways from this video. First, traditional literature reviews take 4 to 12 weeks. That's the baseline we're improving upon. This isn't about whether traditional methods work, it's about whether we can work smarter in an era of information overload. Second, the new workflow has 4 stages: semantic discovery, AI-assisted extraction, literature matrix organization, and human synthesis. Each stage is faster than the traditional equivalent, but together they deliver the same or better rigor. Third, the transformation from old workflow to new is significant. We're talking about moving from months to weeks, but the quality doesn't suffer because you're still applying your expertise where it matters most. Write these down if you need to. They're the foundation for everything else in this literature review series. Here's what I want you to remember from this video. The goal of a literature review was never to read everything. That was just the best approximation we had when the volume was manageable. The real goal has always been to find and synthesize what matters, to understand what we know, what we don't know, and where your research fits. AI makes that real goal achievable in a way that manual searching never could. You can now be comprehensive without being exhausted. You can be thorough without taking months. In the next video, we'll dive deep into the literature matrix, the organizational structure that makes synthesis possible. Welcome to another video from the Impact or Invisible series. This content comes directly from the book Impact or Invisible: Surviving the Data Age with AI by Angel Reyes. The research landscape has indeed changed forever, and if you're still doing literature reviews the old way, you're about to discover a transformation that will save you months of work. Today's video is all about accelerating one of the most time-consuming parts of research. Let's dive in. If you want the complete framework for AI-powered research, check out Impact or Invisible: Surviving the Data Age with AI by Angel Reyes. Inside, you'll discover the full methodology for literature reviews, plus frameworks for every other stage of the research process, from hypothesis generation to manuscript writing. The book is available on Amazon. The link is in the description. In our next video, video 12, we'll explore what a literature matrix is and why you need one. It's the organizational backbone of everything we discussed today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.